Alright, so I find it kind of interesting that I was just not too long ago, a couple hours ago, I was talking about marriage. And yeah, it's the same exact time. Same day, same few hours. Um, I find it kind of interesting that I was talking about marriage and stuff. And there's something that a lot of people struggle with, and that's sexuality and just having sex and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go too into that. I just happen to turn to be married, to be single. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Um, and then the chapter before that is actually the mystery of sex. It's I haven't really gone over any of the stuff in the Bible before. I've never seen anything like this in the Bible because obviously I haven't dug into it as much as I should have, or I should have. I'm just glad I'm doing it now. It's really interesting. Um, I mean, it's I'm just gonna read a little bit of it, because I know a lot of people out there do struggle with being single. Um, so here we go. Now, getting down to the questions you asked in your letters, or in your letter for me. First, is it a good thing to have sexual relations? Certainly, but only within certain contexts. It's good for a man to have a wife, and for a woman to have a husband. Sexual drives are strong, but marriage is strong enough to contain them and provide for a balanced and fulfilling sexual life in a world of sexual disorder. The marriage bed must be a place of mutuality. The husband seeking to satisfy his wife seeking to satisfy her husband. Marriage is not a place to stand up for your rights. Marriage is a decision to serve the other, whether in bed or out. Abstaining from sex is permissible for a period of time if you both agree to it, and if it's for the purpose of prayer and fasting, but only for such times. Then come back together again. Satan has an ingenious way of tempting us when we least expect it. I'm not, understand, commanding these periods in absence, only providing my best counsel if you should choose them. Sometimes I wish everyone were single like me. A simpler life in many ways. But celibacy isn't for everyone, any more than marriage is. Here's the biggest thing. God gives the gift of the single life to some, the gift of the married life to others. I do, though, tell the unmarried and widows that singleness might well be the best thing for them, as it has been for me, but if they can't manage their desires and emotions, they should by all means go ahead and get married. The difficulties of marriage are preferable by far to a sexually tortured life as a single. And if you are married, stay married. This is the Master's command, not mine. If a wife should leave her husband, she must either remain single or else come back and make things right with him. And a husband has no right to get rid of his wife. So, for the rest of you who are in mixed marriages, Christian married to non-Christian, we have no explicit command from the Master. So this is what you must do. If you are a man with a wife who is not a believer, but who still wants to live with you, hold on to her. If you are a woman with a husband that is not a believer, but he wants to live with you, hold on to him. The unbelieving husband shares, to an extent, in the holiness of his wife, and the unbelieving wife is likewise touched by the holiness of her husband. Otherwise, your children will be left out. As it is, they are also included in the spiritual purposes of God. So I've had a lot of interesting things just in this little bit that I just read. You know, I've never seen this before. And to be honest, it really opens up my eyes to all the things that people say. Even sometimes Christians say to people, like, why are you with somebody who's not Christian? I mean, so you can't do that. It says right here, to stay with them, to love on them, you know? And that by being with them, you're not being a witness necessarily. I mean, you are, but you're sharing that holiness with them, and you never know what will happen. Now here's where it gets kind of weird. I don't know about weird. I just read one little few words. Okay. Anyways, on the other hand, if the unbelieving spouse walks out, you've got to let him or her go. You don't have to hold on desperately. God has called us to make the best of it as peacefully as we can. You never know. Wife, the way you handle this might bring your husband not only back to you, but to God. You never know, husband. Not only the way you handle this might bring your wife not only back to you, but back to God. So, yeah. For those of you out there who don't read the Bible, and you are Christian, or you consider yourself Christian, I recommend getting the message, just because it's so easy to understand. You're not sitting there like, what did I just read? All the stuff I was just saying was just right out of here. I mean, it sounds like I'm just sitting here talking to you. You know, it's nice. It's the Word of God in the word I can understand. With the words I can understand, you know? Alright, that's all I have for tonight. I'm done. I swear, I'm done making videos for tonight. I've just been, you know,